welcome to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is a production of the American All-Star Series. We're back here for episode 11 called The Opening. We have a really great show for you guys tonight. I'm Allie, and I'm joined here tonight with the CEO of the American All-Star Series, as well as my co-host, Joe Rush. Joe, how are you doing tonight?
Allie, I'm great. I've already messed up once tonight because I titled this The Opener instead of The Opening. So that's one for later on, but excited about this show. Hopefully we'll be joined by Shannon Littleton. He gets it all figured out and gets in here with us here in a few minutes. And also in segment 2, for the first time ever, we have a guest as well with Cory Hedgecock coming on board with us in a few minutes, a little bit later tonight.
Yes, and pretty much the show is going to be centered around talking about our opening weekend at I-75. Hello, Ricky. I'm waiting for the next comment. I need your next comment. But hopefully this show is going to be centered around talking about I-75, our opening weekend, April 1st and 2nd. But first, remember, we are live streaming to all of our social media accounts right now, as well as Dirt to Media, my personal Facebook page, Joseph's personal page, the series page, the Off the Dirt page, as well as Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And don't forget to check out CrayRacing.com to get all of your American All-Star Series needs.
Yeah, absolutely. The rules are posted for 2022. Membership form is up. That will help us out a lot first weekend in April. If everybody will fill out membership forms, I'll get the waiver forms posted as well to our social media as we get closer and closer. I already got a list of about Allie, we're about 2 weeks out, and I've already got a list of about 20 drivers planning to attend opening weekend, so going to be great. But don't forget, get your Off the Dirt merch. Anything you want embroidered, you can get. That's Off the Dirt or American All-Star Series gear. Either one can be embroidered with no problem whatsoever by our good friends at Landstone Designs, who do such a great job on all the work they do, as well as the T-shirts that they're doing. So great work there from our guys at Landstone Designs. Jamie Wilson, his family do a good job up there in Delaware for us. So if you need anything, give them a holler and tell them we sent you.
Yep, Allie and Joe sent you from Off the Dirt. These shirts are awesome. We also have polos. They can get you a polo with an embroidered logo on it. Pretty much anything you want, they can make at Landstone Designs. So shout out to them for the awesome merch. But like I said, we're back for episode 11 called The Opening, not The Opener. This is presented, we're at segment 1. Hello, Jimmy Webb.
Car owner of the current weekly points leader.
It's weird calling you Jimmy.
Yeah.
Rusty. But we're here for segment 1, presented by Firefly Token. Firefly is a unique high-burn token that rewards long-term holders with a team of dedicated developers and engaged community. It's also a token you can feel good about investing in. Each transfer or sale incurs a 15% burn rate, 5% of which goes directly to charitable causes. For us at Firefly, the primary cause we support is the conservation of fireflies. The global population is approaching extinction, and with your support, we hope to reverse that trend. So, Joe, I've seen a few posts about this, but how's the token doing?
Yeah, hit an all-time high over the weekend. Still doing really, really well. Awesome to see. Baby fireflies out now. Some NFTs going up for that, but one baby firefly is worth $35 a piece. I went ahead and threw $35 in and bought me one. But actually it's more than $35 now. It's already jumped up to it's near $50 a piece. I got in on the pre-sale. Really, really great to have that. But Firefly is doing awesome. Baby Firefly is available now. The rest of the ecosystem, Lid, Jar, and Glow, they all help you earn more with Firefly. So definitely check out Firefly. I know that there's a late model been posted this week already with Firefly on it. Ricky Green's got some Firefly sponsorship. Can't wait to see it on his car. So really, really excited. Great things going on there at the Firefly camp. Get on board. We're heading towards CMC, and it's only going to go up from there. So really, really, really good things for Firefly going on right now.
For sure. So invest while you can before it gets too expensive for you to invest. And as well, we all know that we like to see the Fireflies late at night at the racetrack in summer nights. So invest to save the Fireflies as well. That's a comment I was waiting on. I was waiting on Ricky Green to comment hashtag save the Fireflies. But yeah, I see that he's not.
He let you down tonight. But we have Sherman with us, which is our next part that we're talking about.
Yes, Racetrack Connection is a new app for racers and fans. It's the racing social media. It's out for Apple Store. It's out for Android right now for drivers. So when you search it, search Racetrack Driver, and it looks like it's doing pretty good.
Yeah, Sherman's here with us tonight. Good to have you with us, Sherman. Sherman is the developer of Racetrack Connection. The driver app is available on the Google Play and the App Store. So really excited about that. If you've the fan version's coming, so if you're a fan that's watching with us tonight, it's definitely on the way. It's going to be a great thing, and really, really excited to see it get put to use at the track. Allie won't be with us at I-75. I'll do my best to get everybody using it there, but when we get to Lake Cumberland, I definitely think we'll have every driver signed up and signed in.
For sure, and it's going to be really, really awesome to be used at the racetrack, especially with the touring series, or if you're traveling out of town. These fans the fan app and the driver app are going to intertwine, and they're going to work together so the fans can see who's on the track and a little bit about who you are and who is in the car. So it's going to be really cool to see how many fans are actually using this app as soon as we get our drivers using Racetrack Connection.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we can build it and it can go from there. So good to see it growing. Good to see people using it already, and just want to see it continue to flourish. So that's really awesome. It's good to have you with us tonight, Sherman. Ricky, sorry I put you to sleep. Hopefully when I'm on the race saver with you, that doesn't happen at the track. If it does, then I don't guess you'll be winning the race. So you won't be number one, like you said in the comment tonight. So, Allie, we're supposed to be joined by our guest, Shannon Littleton. I was texting with him a little bit earlier, but he's not here yet. Hopefully he's figured out StreamYard. It's pretty straightforward, but, hopefully he can figure it out and get on here with us pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, we are going to is Robert talking about the app?
Yes. It's
so,
good.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome for people traveling to different tracks as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But pretty much this, like I said, this show is going to be surrounded by talking about our opening weekend at I-75, and it's only 11 days away, Joe. 11.
Yes, 11 days. I can't wait. The KRC restart zone boxes, they're ready. They turned out really, really good, and they're so bright that, I've had a couple of times Matt Long's come up to me and told me the flags were too dark. But if he can't see these, then, it might be time to retire. So these new restart zone boxes look great. They're loud. KRC restart zone, excited about that this year. And really excited to get these flags in and get those up, because that's a sign that we're coming to the green flag on opening night.
Mm-hmm. And, I-75, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of cars there, especially with the many points fund from Eagle Racing Engines that we're going to talk a little bit more about in segment 2 with Cory Hedgecock.
Yeah, absolutely. I already mentioned, I think we've got 20 cars confirmed already, and I haven't even really went to work yet. I just kind of posted it and asked who was coming. I go to work, usually on the Monday before the race to really try to lock everybody down, make sure who's coming and things like that. So to have 20 already, and I've not really even started working on it, is pretty awesome. I know that we can go ahead and talk about a few of those names and that people can expect to see as we wait, hopefully, Shannon's arrival. If he doesn't get in here on time, we'll go grab Cory, and then we'll come back to Shannon if he, hopefully can get connected and in with us. But a few of the names that we can already expect to see that we know are going to come. Of course, Ricky Green, who's here with us tonight, is expected to be running for we got a huge crop of rookie touring drivers this year. Ricky Green, Stephen Padula, Robert Roberts, AJ Hicks, who was our weekly champion. So those are some guys that will be running for that. Hayden Cardwell, don't want to leave him out. Already a winner this year in the Rusty Webb owned number 22. Those are some guys that are going to be running for that Rookie of the Year prize this year with us from Warrior Race Cars and K1 Race Gear. Some other drivers that have already committed to running the full season are guys like Terry Poor, Jordan Hedger's planning to run the full deal. Another great racer there from Kentucky that'll be joining us a lot this year. I know Zach and Trevor Seiss, they are going to run with us, and they always say, well, we'll see how it goes, and then they'll decide from
They'll
there.
follow the whole tour.
Yeah, then they end up following the tour. So then some locals or some other people that are going to travel in for the show, not necessarily local people, include Cory Hedgecock, of course, who we're going to talk to in just a few minutes. Jesse Lowe's planning to be there, another great competitor in East Tennessee. Devin Stewart, really excited to have Devin back with us. Devin hasn't run with us since the first year the series existed. And it looks like we got Shannon here with us now. So let's pull Shannon in and let's chat with him a little bit tonight. What do you say?
Guys, how are you?
Good, Shannon. How are you?
Well, if I knew a little bit more about technology and getting my phone to work and camera, I think I'd be in really good shape. I apologize for being late.
Hey, you're fine. Well, we didn't get to welcome you in, but welcome in Shannon Littleton, the owner of I-75, and he's going to be working with us at sanctioning this event at I-75 on April 1st and April 2nd.
Yes, if I can see you again. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, so we're pretty much just going to ask you some questions about the opening weekend and about what pretty much what got you into ownership, but what made you want to get behind the biggest opening weekend in the American All-Stars Series history?
Well, I think there's a couple of reasons, but I guess one reason is just Joe Rush, having these relationships and understanding what folks are all about and knowing the passion for their series. And of course, I think Joe, we discussed this for several months, I guess, Joe, to getting into this opening weekend for you guys. I'm super excited about it. Of course, my son wants to race in it so badly he can't see straight, but he's not ready for that crate race yet. But we got so many friends that race in it with your series, and I just think it's just a good thing for I-75 to be a part of, and I'm just delighted to be a part of it as myself.
Yeah, personally, I'm really excited and love the relationship that we've formed between the series and I-75. I'm really excited about this event. We were talking about when you got connected there, just already got over 20 drivers that are confirmed to come. And, I haven't even really started working yet, so I'll really dig into it as we get toward the weekend, but, really great crop of drivers that are planning to be there and really excited about it. But I want to go back a little further. You're fairly new to the track ownership side of things, Shannon. What made you decide to get into ownership, and especially there at I-75?
Well, it sounded like a great idea at first until I talked to some other friends that own tracks, and they told me, so what in the world were you thinking? So I said, you should have called me first. But all joking aside, of course, I've been a race fan for many different types of racing, my whole life. And of course, my son got into racing several years ago, and this opportunity came along from the Kyles that were selling the track, and I just thought it was the opportunity and opportune time for us to do it. And of course, they helped. The Kyles helped on the transition, and we're having a blast. I'm not going to lie about it. It's a lot of work, and but it's very rewarding when you have a good race night. It's just something very fulfilling about it.
Yeah, I would say so, especially with the hard work that goes into being a track owner and getting all your crew there. But it's definitely a hard-earned job for sure. But since I talk about your crew, so we all know that it's a family operation. So tell us a little bit about who helps you out at the track.
Well, obviously I couldn't do anything without my wife and my kids helping. But Brody, all he wants to do is race, and my girls, when they get an opportunity, Kirsten and Elise, they come in and help us. Elise is attending Ole Miss right now, but every time she gets in town, she helps us out tremendously. And of course, my wife is there, and she loves the people, she loves the drivers and the fans, she loves the interaction there. And to be quite honest with you, we've got so much support from our staff. Beth, is kind of the ringleader, I guess, of getting us all organized and help keeping me straight. Beth Bergbull is, and we're getting excited this year too. Chad Elliott's coming back on to race direct, and he has a lot to organization. The interesting part about it, we joked many times that we have, tremendous amount of driver support there, but a lot of times that we all complain. A lot of track owners complain about having the rear ends in the seat or the fans out there. But Eric Henry decided to step away from race directing, help us out with announcing side, and he's probably one of the best in the business. he's going to, get the fans ready this year and really have some exciting things going there. So that's music to my ears. That's something that I-75 really needed. And of course, we got a tremendous amount of help staff. We've got, our officials in the field are terrific. Randy and Ed, and of course Nick. Nick and Anthony helped me out tremendously as well. And we've got just a great group of individuals there that I just can't brag enough on them. It just makes everything a lot easier when you got that kind of staff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel the same way on the series side. Got to have good people around you to make it happen. So a couple comments coming in before I get into the next questions. Josh Patch says he's going to be flagging for you folks Saturday, and that you're some of the best owners around. Sherman Callan, who created Racetrack Connection app that we've been pushing, says he appreciates you keeping the sport alive when the track came up for sale. So some kind words there.
Absolutely. Josh Pash is a good friend, and Josh has helped us out. Mike Guerin typically flags for us, and Mike does a tremendous job. I didn't mention his name, but Josh Patch we've developed a great friendship with him, and anytime we need help and support, he's willing to come over and help. And he really begs many times, Joe, when the sprint cars come, he's just begging to come and flag the sprint cars. He loves those classic cars. So, but Josh is a lot of fun. But, one thing about 75 that we go back to that first question that I think one of the decisions we made, I was a little nervous too, that the weekly racetracks are kind of being a thing of the past. And there was a little bit of a passion there to make sure the weekly racing, continued on. Yeah. And it's a lot of work and it's a lot of racing, but if it's dying, I just want to make sure that we have a track in place where we can continue to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love seeing that you're running 604s this week. It gives the guys a chance to come in. I was glad to get behind and say, hey, go support them this week, and then we'll give $100 to whoever finishes the highest with us on Friday night, and that should help encourage guys to come out this weekend and Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
So and I love this. I love the reconfiguration. So before I ask that, let me just say that. What made you decide to reconfigure I-75?
Well, I'm not going to take all the credit for that. There was I think the Kyles wanted to do that for a long time, and there was some work already beginning, on the track when we purchased it, and we just finished it up, and actually JJ Templeton came in and helped finish that job for us and did a tremendous job. It takes a while to get a track in, and when it's new and get it hardened up and ready to race on, but he took his time, and we did have some good rain that year. We actually helped the track develop, but there's always, like building a house, there's some things you wish you'd done a little differently when you got finished. But the finished product we have right now, I don't think we could ask for anything better. To me, just from a perspective of a fan watching these guys race and girls race, I think it's just a perfect size track, for everything, especially for the spectators to watch some good racing.
Absolutely.
I agree. But we have a couple comments. George said the Littleton family have created an amazing atmosphere at I-75, and he has 3 brand new disposable razors for Shannon Littleton.
Yeah. George and I've known each other for a long time, and this thing came out last year, and it didn't leave. So people that know me had not used to seeing this. So thank you, George. I'll take you up on those razors.
So tell us a little bit about your event that you have planned for this weekend at I-75.
This weekend, obviously, we're running all classes this weekend. It's just going to be an opening night, and it's like Joe said, it's going to give us a good night for the crates to come in and kind of get their car tested for opening weekend with you all. We raised our purses this year. We're going to run less classes as well, so we're going to try to pack a little bit more racing into less time. I've got a family just like a lot of these other race fans out there. Everybody wants to get home in a decent hour, so we're going to do our best to try to make that 11:30 hour and call it quits and get all of our racing in. So that was one of the major decisions behind that call. But coming up to your all's week, I think that Friday, Saturday night is just going to be one great thing. We've tried to do some big opening nights before. Last year we tried one that rained us out. But this one, I hope, looking forward to the forecast, is going to cooperate with us, and I think it's going to be one of the best opening nights, that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be the best opening night we've ever had for the series, or opening weekend, I should say. By far, the biggest show we've ever had. Like I mentioned, I'm really, really excited about this for the opening weekend. I want to talk a little bit. You got the racing holler there behind us, and Brody's got an awesome story with getting his first race car. So tell us a little bit about Brody's racing program.
Well, Brody's racing program. He's a little frustrated with me tonight because we don't have his car ready yet for this weekend. But he's actually over here sitting to my left. We're actually sitting at the Hedgecock's house right now, so we're getting some little support there. But he's into the crate series this year. I don't think he's ready to run with Joe Rush yet. So, but he's getting there. He's getting some practice under his belt, and he's going to start maybe another class here for a few races. Then maybe you'll see him here mid-year, end of the year, racing with you guys. He still has his Bloomquist chassis. He's trying to make some decisions there on how to handle that. But this year he's running a rocket. He's got a new rocket that he's going to be running, and he's super excited about it. He's making laps like a champion. We'll see how it turns out for him.
Well, I keep waiting to see him hit the track with us, so I'm excited. Hopefully by the time we're back in August, we'll get to see him out there with us.
Absolutely.
At 75. So Josh Patch actually said, did he have a good time at Atlanta yesterday? You guys got to see a great show.
Well, craziest story ever, and I'm not going to go deep into it. We're about dirt racing tonight, but we were in the pits fairly early, and Brody tells me he's going to meet Martin Truex and get his autograph. And I said, Brody, it's not going to happen. There's 10,000 people standing here in the pits. So luckily, Brody picked the right gate at the right time. Martin comes out and signs a diecast car that Brody had. It's the only person that Martin talked to, and talked about having the same racing the same numbers. So he had a good conversation with Martin Truex, and he was just on cloud nine.
That's awesome. Seems like it always works out for him. He gets lucky and gets in the right spot at the right time.
Josh Patch also says that Brody wants to race a sprint car. He's told him many times.
Yeah, he's definitely wanting into a sprint car. I'm trying my best to talk him out of that situation.
I agree with you there.
But before we let you go, we want to know who helps you and the track out on I-75.
Who helps us out? Oh, we've got a tremendous amount of people. I actually one today just did a tremendous favor. We had to get a new water truck, and a friend of mine, Dennis Hackman of Circle H Trucking, picked that up for us and brought it back. And I could just go on and on of folks that help us. I'm actually looking at Chad Hedgecock right here. I think he went out on a limb and got a bunch of phone calls ready for us to get a bunch of sponsorships ready for this race with you guys coming up in 2 weeks. So that's a lot of help. We just have, gosh, I can just go on and on. Joe Wallace, Realty, he came and sponsored our Steelheads this year. We got the Hickman family that sponsored 2 series this year of racing for us. And I'm going to forget people. I hate to mention names. I'm going to forget folks. But I can just go on and on and on how many people have dedicated their time and money to these efforts. Obviously, again, we've got the workers at the track that just work their tail end off week in and week out. But without these sponsors and these folks coming in and dedicating their dollars and time to the effort, it just wouldn't happen.
Absolutely. It's what it takes to make racing go for all of us, series, tracks. If we didn't have sponsors, we couldn't do it. That's for sure.
Sure.
So, Shannon, well, I'm really looking forward to next weekend. Glad we could get you on a week in advance. Tell people about this, and we're about to have Cory on here in the next segment, so I'm sure you're there with him. So,
well, make Cory say something very intelligent for us tonight, okay?
So, we appreciate your time tonight, Shannon, and looking forward to seeing you April 1st.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right. Bye.
Well, that was Shannon Littleton of I-75 Raceway, the owner of I-75. But we just talked about sponsors with him, but none of this would be possible without our title sponsor, the American All-Star Series, PPM Racing Products. So here's a quick word from them.
When you start with the strongest American steel, apply the smartest techniques. Let artesian quality craftsmen do the work. When end up with is just better than anything else you can get.
Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is a production of the American All-Star Series. We just met with Shannon Littleton of I-75 Raceway. Like I said, this whole show is going to be pretty much based around our opening weekend on April 1st and April 2nd, the biggest opening weekend for the series as well. And it's going to be awesome, really awesome, and I wish I could be there.
Yeah, you're going to miss out, Allie. I hate it. Hopefully, maybe you can go to your room and rent the pay-per-view. Maybe I can even get Ryan to throw you a code so that you can watch it without having to pay to watch our race, on both nights, and you can watch it and at least be with us in spirit that way. But Racetrack Connection, Sherman's here with us tonight. He's been tuned in, giving us comments. So really excited about that. He said he's got I-75's whole schedule in the app already. It's ready to rock and roll. So, Beth, you're here with us, and I know you help promotional side, a lot with I-75. So check out Sherman's app, Racetrack Connection, and you two, I recommend you chatting with each other a little bit and see if we can't get some of the racers at I-75 signed up and using the app.
Yes, it's going to be certainly amazing. Racetrack Connection is going to be the social media for racing, and it's going to pretty much help promote you as a driver, and it's going to help fans know who you are when you're traveling with the American All-Star Series.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Racetrack Connection is going to be so good. You can sell your parts. You can look for sponsors. Basically, any and everything you can think of that a racer could need, it can be done on Racetrack Connection. So really, really going to be awesome there. Beth's here, and I wanted to share this. We did have Brody on, especially if he's going to race with us later in the year. We did have Brody on at some point. Brody is just an awesome kid. He's hilarious to be around. And Beth says if Brody says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. He took a spin in a front wheel drive this past Saturday. So Brody's hilarious, and definitely if he's going to be 604 racing, we need to have him on with us. So Sherman says he's going to come down for opening night at I-75. That's awesome. So as we wait on Cory, we can talk a little bit about this past weekend. Not a whole lot went on for the series, but there was a practice and the attempt at an opening weekend for one of our weekly tracks.
Mm-hmm. So Willard had their opening weekend. This weekend they got some of the race in, and then right when 604 crate late models came up, the rain hit.
Yeah, just before feature time for the 604s. So they're going to get to run two features this coming week at Willard. And let me let you in on a secret. AJ Hicks is not on the pole for that deal. So, things are a little different. But, our guest is here if you want to go ahead and do that. And then we can talk a little bit about Natural Bridges practice.
Sounds good. So with that, we're going to welcome Cory Hedgecock, an American All-Star Series competitor, as well as an Eagle Racing Engines builder that helped out with the mini points fund for I-75 opening weekend. Hi, Cory. How are you?
Fine, how are you? I'm about to whip in my driveway right now. We're going to walk inside, and I got a little bit of light. But
we apologize for being a little late. Shannon had some technical difficulties getting in. I think he was at your all's. He was with Chad, so he was at the Hedgecock headquarters when we were talking to him.
Yeah, we ain't got no service up here on top of the hill for whatever reason. But yeah, we're good now. Hopefully you can hear me and hear me good. So
yeah, we got you.
All right, so we're just going to start this off with, we know, obviously, you're a driver. You're one of the best drivers in the business, but you had a great 2021 season. So how is 2022 going so far, and what do you expect out of 2022?
It's going good. We've gotten 4 wins so far this year, and we should have had some more, but hindsight's always 20/20, and damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I got high hopes for it. It took us, I think, until I want to say July of last year before we won our second race. So we're already leaps and bounds ahead of what we did last year, and I was pretty happy with last year. We didn't have a lot of wins to show for it like we normally do, but this year it's starting good, and hopefully our super program stays as good as it's been, and we'll roll the crate's been obviously good. We've already won that crate championship with the Nee Smith series, and hopefully we can make some noise around here in crates too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, speaking of your wins, you've got a lot of wins, a lot, especially for East Tennessee and outside of East Tennessee. But is there one win, Cory, that sticks out in your mind that's maybe your most memorable victory?
I'd probably have to say that World Outlaw win. We got 3 or 4 years ago at 411. That's obviously a national deal, and we were super good in that show, and we almost won it the next year on a back-to-back deal, but we got a little hot on our motor, and it was our own fault because the weekend before we had we had tore up a motor, and it apparently had torn up the radiator, and just you live and you learn, and so it was just our own fault and should have paid attention a little bit more. But we was leading that thing too, and probably actually in better shape that year than we was the year that we had won it. So, but definitely 411 at that World Outlaw show. I mean, that check on the wall is pretty cool. So hopefully we can add another one sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. 411 seems to be your track. If the National Series events would just get some good weather, you'd probably get another one there.
Yeah, I mean, it kills me every time it rains out. It's just like, dang. I mean, Lucas, to have a Lucas win too would be pretty cool, and that's obviously going to be probably my best shot at having one until we get a little bit better in Supers too, as far as I'm more on the national level. But I mean, we ran with Jimmy and Ricky Weiss a little bit this weekend. They knew we was there for a little bit, but I finally had to throw in the white flag. That racetrack was a little too choppy for me. I used to love them rough and fast, but now I just like them slow and slick. I guess I'm getting old.
Well, so obviously you visit a lot of tracks, you travel a lot, you go pretty much anywhere with any series. But do you have do you have a favorite track that you like to visit, and do you have one that you just really don't like to go to?
Well, the one that I definitely don't like going to is always Wartburg. I mean, that place is only 25 minutes from me, and I just literally, God love Raymond Shepard, but I can't handle it. That place whoops me, and it's probably just because it just beats me every single time. But I mean, that's definitely on the no-go list. But probably on the best racetrack that I like going to, where would that be? I'd probably, I ain't been in a couple, 3 or 4 years, but probably Greenville, Mississippi. That place is awesome. It's super flat, super slick when it does get slick. But the cool part about it is the cushion, and it's just there. I mean, he packs that thing in with a big old tractor, and it's words and pictures don't do it justice. But that thing is probably 2.5 foot tall, man, up against the wall, and you literally cannot hit the wall if you try. You just run up on it, let the front wheels run up on it, and you just gas on with it. But it is pretty cool. Somebody need to go check out some videos of that place, but that place is probably pretty cool. If 411 hadn't scheduled that super race the April 8th and 9th weekend, they got a 10,000 to win crate race down there, and we was probably going to go, but with 411 being so close, and we have such good luck there, I'm sure we'll go there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. We were talking about what we were going to ask you last night, and I told Allie, I said, I bet Cory says Wartburg when we ask him what track he doesn't want to go to. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about next weekend and our deal. This mini points fund, it's awesome. What gave you the idea for this and to kind of put that whole deal together for the mini points fund?
It was, mine and Dad's kind of move on what we wanted to do there, and we're just trying to help Shannon. I mean, he's a good friend of ours, and we're trying to get Brody running a little bit better and racing more, and trying to help Shannon as far as just, I mean, they're definitely new into the sport, so we're just trying to, learn them some stuff from what we've learned from just being in as long as we've been in it. But, Mike actually wanted to do some to give the $1,000 away for if one of our guys could win it, one of our Eagle customers could win it both nights, and then. So then it just kind of evolved from there. So, Dad would text Shorty and Robert Rogers with VP Fuels. And then I call Joe at HVH. And, I'm giving away some body stuff. Jensen's giving away a bunch of body stuff, as far as credit. Skinny, Black Diamond Race Cars, Jason Welshon at Competition Racing. So, I mean, there's just a ton of people that's thrown their hat into the mix. And, everybody cares about racing. So, we all want to make it better. We got to have it to just keep this sport alive, and that's what we're shooting for. And, as much as we hate each other sometimes on Saturday nights, we still always help each other. And, I'm sure everybody in the world knows how much trouble me and Jason's and Wilson has had, but, we still talk all the time. And I called him, he picked up, and, what do I need to do? And I shot some ideas, and he never second guessed it. So, Racing Tool, it's got a funny way of bringing some people together and keeping some apart. But, it's a cool deal. And I'm glad to be a part of it.
And we're really excited for it. It's, first time we really had a mini points fun deal like this for one of our weekends, and glad to have you guys involved, and we appreciate what you've done to help us put that on.
Yes, sir.
But so on top of mini points fund, like you said, you're giving away $1,000 bonus if the same Eagle driver can win both nights. So what gave you the idea for that? I know that was where you kind of started out, but if you win, are you taking your own money?
No, probably not. No, that's Mike, but he's a little bit tighter than all of us. But no, he just we was really wanting to do something like the Arizona Wild West shootout stuff, and and really step it up a notch. And I think I talked to Joseph a little bit about it, and Shannon, but we was trying to do like a for one of our customers, we was wanting to do it like $10,000 or $15,000, $20,000 if you can win both nights. But of course we had to insure it, and the insurance was just a little bit too rich for our blood, so we just and yeah, I don't know, we just maybe we'll try to do it some other time. And it's obviously if we maybe have a 3-day weekend or something, obviously it makes it harder to do it, so it bring the insurance down so much too. So maybe if y'all have a 3-day weekend or something, we might shoot for that sometime.
Yeah, that would be awesome to do. I think that would that's a big shout out for your guys too. Big help for them. So that whole deal, you've got other engine builders interested, and it's kind of become an engine builder challenge that weekend. So I think that was your idea when you kind of put this up. You got other people interested in participating. So it's really cool to see. So tell me about some of the people. I know you've already mentioned a few, like Welshin and Skinny and Jensen, that helped you with this mini points fund. And don't want to leave your dad out. I've talked to Chad a lot about this whole deal. So who are some of the people that helped you with putting this deal together?
I'm gonna try to remember it as much as I can, but I know Hoosier Tires doing 3 tires. This is just kind of general everything, but Hoosier's doing 3 tires. I do some body work on the side. I'm doing something. Skinny. Greg Martin. Not a lot of people know Greg Martin. They just know Skinny. Let's see. Jensen Ford with TNT Race Cars, Black Diamond Race Cars, Warrior Race Cars. Jed Emmert over there at Excess Power. Shorty Shocks, Dirt 2 Media, I think, New Arrow Spoilers. Who else do we got going on there? Jason Wilson, Competition Racing Equipment, Savage Race Cars. Who I'm trying to think. I cannot think for the life of me now. HVH. Man, there's a bunch of people, and like I said, I mean, they're and they keep VP Racing Fuels. God, I can't think.
I know Profab's involved.
Yeah, Profab. Yeah, Profab. Andrew Garrison, Profab. I'd have to go back and look. I don't have the list in front of me now, but it's all on our Facebook page, Eagle Racing Engines Inc. On our it's pinned to the top, so everybody can go check it out and see what we all got going on. And pretty much, if you, I think we was doing as high as first, second, third in each heats. The dash wins, hard luck, hard charger. I think the top 7 in points. Man, there was something else other than hard charger, but now I don't remember what it was as far as that goes. I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff. It's probably, I think we figured it up. It was probably right around $9,000, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 as far as all the stuff that's per se going to be given away between, whether it's points or, the possibilities and stuff like that. So it definitely helps. And like I said, everybody was, they never hesitate. Stealth carburetors, they're giving away a couple rebuilds on carburetors. They never hesitated. I mean, every one of them basically asked just, what do I need to do? So tickled to death for all of them, and hopefully we can get them back for another round sometime. Yeah,
really excited about it, Cory. Like I said, can't thank you and your dad and Mike, all three, enough for what you've done to make it happen. And talking to Shannon earlier, I know he's excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really want nothing. I mean, that's a great family to be with and to be associated with, and I want nothing but for the best of them. And on the I-75, and I really would struggle. Imagine running a racetrack, but I'm sure I can't handle it because I wouldn't be able to deal with myself sometimes. So, but I mean, we've all had our run-ins, but we're all here and we're all still racing.
For sure. And this many points fund is awesome, especially with stuff being expensive and the shortages of stuff right now. So it's really, I think it's going to really help out drivers, especially here at the first of the year. But so speaking of drivers, who helps out helps you out as a driver, and then like what sponsors and partners help you get up and down the road? Because I know you travel a lot.
It helps. We got STI Trucking. They just came on board a little bit. Budget Transmissions, Eagle Racing Engines, of course, Black Diamond Race Cars, Easy Go, WE Hardscapes, Noble Knights Construction, Vineyard Vineyard Enterprises. Man, I'm not standing in front of my car right now. I-75, Pro Fabrication Headers, Cops Performance, Hickory Hardscapes, Pace Performance. There's just a ton of people, and all my product guys, Winters and Wildwood and AccuForce, and there's just a million people that help, and it makes mine and Dad's operation go just super easy, and we don't have to stress about too much other than just trying to figure out how to get fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cory, we wish you the best luck if you're going anywhere this weekend. I'm not sure what your plans are for the upcoming weekend, but definitely look forward to seeing you on April 1st and 2nd. And we just appreciate you coming in with us tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry I'm getting a little dark out here. The shade's going down a little bit.
That's all right.
Thank you, Cory, for coming, and we're excited for you to run with us this season, and we wish you good luck this 2022
Thank
season.
y'all. Appreciate
Thank you, Cory.
All right, so that was our second guest for tonight. Our first episode that we had 2 guests in one night, but the American All-Star Series and all of our drivers, oh crap, I forgot about that. Blooper.
So we kind of cut off with what we were talking about earlier when we got Cory here because I didn't want to hold him up. I looked like he was busy and he was driving, but like I was saying, Willard Speedway got rained on. They did get their heat races in, and AJ Hicks is not on the pole. I know he went and tested all day Sunday. So, it sounds like he's going to get dialed in and be back to his normal AJ self at Willard. But they had a really good field of cars. There's some strong competition. I think Shannon Thornsberry is who's on the pole. AJ's going to start 3rd. So if I remember right, he's going to be in row 2 behind Shannon. I can't remember who's on the outside pole, but looks like it's going to be a great racing season for Willard. And Natural Bridge, I've seen some pictures there. Ronnie Martin's car looks bad this year. I don't know if you've seen it, but it looks really, really bad. And I mean bad as in awesome. But I know he was there, and he told me that I've talked to him a little bit. There was a really good field of cars there on Saturday. So that was awesome to see. Kayla Johnson is going to hang out with us at I-75 too. She told me today that she's going to be there. So I might have to go recruit her to do some of your PR stuff that you're going to be missing out on, Allie.
Yeah. Well, I got a season to finish, and then I'll get to racing. But
that's right.
But Natty B they had a good turnout of crates, and so did Willard, and it's going to be. They got a good start to 2022, and this 2022 race season for everybody, I feel like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I always worry about tire shortages and gas prices, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, and this has been the longest off season ever. I feel like it has been the literal longest. So, and
I blame that on the fact we lost our November race.
Yeah, for sure.
Kayla says she'll try to fill in for you.
Make me proud, Kayla. But we just like we said, this episode, segment 1 and segment 2 was talking about our opening weekend for I-75, and we're just 11 days away from the opening weekend with the American All-Star Series. But none of the American All-Star Series would be possible without our title sponsor, PPM Racing Products. So here is a quick word from them.
When you start with the strongest American steel, apply the smartest techniques, let artesian quality craftsmen do the work. What you end up with is just better than anything else you can get.
Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is a production of the American All-Star Series. We have just had our first episode that we had 2 special guests in one night, pretty much talking about the same thing. But it's been a pretty good episode so far. We've had a lot of viewers, the most we've had in weeks, to be honest.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. Great guest tonight. Shannon figured out the technology. It was great having him on once he figured out the technology, got on with us. And then Cory, just the knowledge that Cory has, he's great to talk to, and definitely knows a lot. He's somebody that up-and-coming racers should get to know and definitely listen to. The fact he's taken Brody under his wings says a lot too. And he's definitely one that has the experience and knows the business side and the racing side as well.
For sure. But before we get into segment 3, which is dedicated to our scheduled talk, we're going in continuous order, and we're now into September, going into October. But we want to talk about Racetrack Connection again, the new app for racers and fans. It's out for drivers right now. Pretty much go in there, make your profile, so when the fan app comes out and they go to a racetrack, they can see who you are and put a name and a face and a biography for the fans.
Yeah, and not only is the sponsorship option there, but you never know when a business person's going to be sitting in the stands and they see you and maybe you run good. And they're like, you know what? It'd be cool to get behind sponsoring a car. If they don't know what your name is or any way to connect with you, they're never going to. So, that app is there. Use it. Take advantage of it, because there are people out there that do have money to spend and money they want to spend. So just be ready to rock and roll and get logged in and get set up. So when that fan app is out, everybody in the stands can know who you are.
For sure. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be awesome to see how many fans get to know you, and actually you gain fans by having Racetrack Connection. So it's going to be really cool to see.
Yeah, no doubt.
But like I said, we dedicate this segment to talking about our schedule, and we're up for September 24th at Sugar Creek for $10,000. $10,000 on the line at Sugar Creek on September 24th. It's going to be pretty cool because how many cars we bring in for $10,000.
Yeah, and Sugar Creek is in a hotbed of crates. It's not far from East Tennessee. The Georgia cars are going to get there, obviously. The Carolina cars. It's going to be a really, really great field of cars. I cannot wait to get down to Sugar Creek for the $10,000 to win in Blue Ridge, Georgia, September 24th. Who knows how many cars are going to show up. And don't forget, Allie, I'm working on a bonus, kind of like Cory mentioned, for our $10,000 to win races. I actually got a call from the insurance company I'm working it through while we were on the show tonight. So waiting to give them a call back once we get done, and hopefully they'll have good news for us.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get that bonus in there, because this is the first time the series is with the Sugar Creek, correct?
Yeah, first time ever. Really the first race we've run fully in Georgia. We have run on the state line of Tennessee and Georgia before, but this will be the first race that's been fully in Georgia, a true Georgia racetrack. Sugar Creek Raceway, September 24th, $10,000 to win. And it's the next to last points race of the season. So a lot of things going on with that race.
Mm-hmm. And we get some of our Georgia drivers that have been begging us to go to any kind of Georgia race because they are tired of going to East Tennessee. They want something in their home state. That's
right. A lot of those Georgia boys been calling. Well, guys, we're coming. September 24th, get those cars, those hot rods ready. You got all summer long to get dialed in, chase that $10,000 prize on September 24th.
For sure. And then we take a week off and we go back to October 1st at to be announced for $5,000. We can tell you that it's a $5,000 to win non-points race, and it's our weekly championship race. I'm excited. This is it was supposed to be its own race this year. It was in 2020. It focuses on those weekly competitors. It is open to everybody, but it's very special for the weekly competitors. We run it for those weekly guys, just like we run a touring show. The whole staff's there. Everybody's in attendance. But it's a $5,000 race that is specifically for those weekly guys. Gives them a chance to show out, get that pay-per-view opportunity, put their cars on TV just like they do when they do drop in for our touring races. But it's all about those guys. And I'm hoping that we can work out with Ryan, especially once we get closer to the end of the season,
where we can focus on those weekly guys and that night and just kind of introduce them to people and, have that included as part of the show.
Because these weekly guys are what makes weekly racing stay alive. Going to their home tracks, going to a weekly track every weekend, and keeping weekly tracks in business.
And keeping the lights on at those weekly tracks. Like Shannon said, especially in East Tennessee, he was worried it was kind of dying out, but his goal is to keep weekly racing going in East Tennessee. And have no doubt he's done a great job already at that. So just keeping it up, and I think it'll be a great thing. I'm really excited. We have the weekly points fund, and this weekly championship's sure to be a good race.
And then your previous weekly championship winner was Logan Roberson, one of our loyal drivers of the American All-Star.
He never won a touring event, but he did win the first and only standalone weekly championship race held at Mountain Motorsports Park in 2020.
So hopefully we'll get this race in and we'll have another weekly championship winner. But we also take another week off, and we're back on October 8th at Smoky Mountain.
Not even a week off. These are like 3 weeks in a row we get a race.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
A week, like 7 days race, 7 days race.
Yeah,
so
pretty awesome.
We get the weekend, like the week off, and we're going to Smoky Mountain Speedway for Paint the Mountain Pink for $5,000 to win.
Yeah, I love this event. That's came up with it for a championship race last year. Smokey had accidentally used the same name that another track had used. So last minute we were scrambling trying to figure out what to do. Well, it's an October race, so we're in this month, so it's a great time to do that. Usually have a bonus for somebody that puts some pink on that car. And with 2 October races, maybe we can have a bonus at each race with the pink on their cars this year. But it was a great race last year. Our guest from earlier, Cory Hedgecock, did pick up the win in last year's 5,000 to win race in October at Smoky Mountain Speedway. So wouldn't be surprised to see him running up front again this October at the Paint the Mountain Pink event.
For sure. Cory runs really, really well at Smoky. I've seen him race there every time I've been there. He's been there. So Cory runs well anytime I really watch him, but he especially runs well at Smoky to those East Tennessee tracks. But that's my birthday, so I'll be at the racetrack on my birthday.
There's no better place to spend it, though. The worst race with a series has ever had, financially speaking, happened on my birthday, so I try to forget that.
Yeah.
We've not had many bad nights, but that was one of them.
My birthday is going to be way better than your birthday.
Well, let's pray you're right.
Yeah. But that's our next 3 races coming up on our schedule that we talked about on the show. But none of the American All-Star Series would be possible without our sponsors. So here's a quick list of those. Welcome back to Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe, presented by M&M Septic Services. This is a production of the American All-Star Series. Joe, I think this has been one of our best episodes yet, considering how many viewers we've had, stay steady throughout the entire show. But we didn't really mess up that much. We messed up twice.
Yeah, I called it the opener. You wanted to call it the opening. Opener sounds cooler, though, Allie.
I think the opening sounds cool. Because
Well,
you're opening. You're not – the opener is one. Opening is present, like you're doing it.
I reckon.
All right, comment and tell me if you think the opening or opener is better. We have 15 viewers.
Where else did you mess up?
I messed up when I forgot about we cut the natural bridge practice in the Willard piece in segment 2.
That's right. You did mess up.
But also, you kind of interrupted me when I was going to talk about it and when we got Cory on, but that's okay because Cory was a good guest.
Yes, I didn't want to make him wait. There's our buddy Robert Garvey says this has been a great show. Robert, are you going to make it out to I-75 next weekend? Is that? I think you told me that one was on your schedule. Are you guys planning to come over for that?
It does the same way.
Tara feels your pain.
Tara should.
See, Tara just knows that I'm a pain to deal with.
Tara, I miss you. I haven't seen you in so long. But yeah, I mean, I didn't say it, but this is a blooper segment. We talked about how much we messed up. We didn't really mess up that much, but it was a fun show, and I thought it was like you said, Robert. I thought it was a smooth show for sure. Robert's not coming.
Oh, shucks. Well, we hope to see you soon. Hate that you can't make it to that one. He came to I-75 last year, I think. I think he did come to I-75 last year. Tara, you kind
I
of
won't be there.
Tara, you kind of have to be there.
I won't be there.
You know, there's other people, the staff that should be there too, but they think that, you know, they got to finish
Joe,
that softball
when you
career
hired
out.
me, you knew I played college softball, and I had 2 games. I cannot drive all the way to I-75 on Friday night and then play on Saturday.
Oh, Robert said, look at that. Robert
Sunday.
says he's going to make it up to us. So what are you going to do, Allie?
I'll be there at every race after I-75.
Nobody's telling us whether they like opener or opening better.
Tell us if you like opening or opener better. The title of the episode. The opening or the opener. The opening, we called it the opening weekend, so why are we not calling it the opening? All right, call me back, Joe. Just call me back.
What?
We'll talk later. I said something, you didn't respond, so I said call me back. We'll talk later.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Opening. Thank you, Tiffany Mays.
Hey, I ain't heard from Tiffany Mays in a while. They're all just agreeing with you because they like you better than me. Hey, did you see that earlier, by the way? I have a fan on Twitch.
I did see that.
We have one person watching from Twitch.
We had 2. Somebody said hi from Twitch.
Oh, Sylvester
De Leon.
What's a laundry basket? Vivo.
I don't know. Charlie Brown, though.
It is Charlie Brown.
Well, anyways, Tiffany Mays says she likes the opening better.
They all like you better.
Today. And then Tara says she likes the opening better. So I guess I'm right. Wow.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I'm right. Tiffany said I've been MIA for a while, but I'm trying to get back into the scene. Well, we hope to see you there because you're pretty great.
You worked with Tiffany, didn't? Did you work with
That's
Tiffany?
what I just said.
Yes.
Have you been paying attention?
Not really. I'm worried about tires.
We're in the middle of a show.
Sorry. Tires.
I worked with Tiffany my first year. Oh, Jesse.
Jessie doesn't even like me, and she likes opener better.
Jesse doesn't even like me. That's all right. Well, it's still 2-1. Jessie says she likes you. If she didn't like you, she wouldn't support your racing addiction.
What were? Oh, Allie.
What?
Rain Man has a new nickname.
Oh no.
And he likes it better than he likes Rain Man.
What's it? What is it?
Puddin'.
Pudding. That's funny. I'm not calling that. I'm calling him Rain Man. I don't care.
I was calling him Pudding Rain Man the other night.
Tiffany says you're a man and you don't listen.
That's probably true.
Yeah, it is true.
Was Tara saying it's not race? Oh, Jesse does like me right now because it's not race season yet. That's what she's saying. So she says once we get to racing season.
Jesse has to love you because if she didn't, she wouldn't be dragging around to races with you all year.
Well, Allie, love and like are two different things. And
the way Jesse does not like racing, you make her sit in the trailer for hours upon hours.
That's right.
Hours.
She does not like me. She loves me.
Exactly. Me and Jesse have some wonderful conversations in the trailer all the time. We literally people watch so hard at the racetrack, me and Jesse do. Yeah. I don't know who this is, but yeah. Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Good to have you with us tonight, Kevin. There's Tiffany.
Yeah.
Tolerate might be a better word.
Yeah. Well, Tiffany's married to a driver, so she gets it, but she likes racing. Yeah, you're right. Me and Jesse see some interesting stuff in the trailer, for sure.
Now, I'm sure that all the people at the dirt track are upstanding citizens.
Of course. Anyways, well, let's talk about our next guest, but people, so people know what's happening next Monday.
Oh, next Monday.
Next Monday.
Monday.
We're having Ryan Bowling on from Dirt to Media. He's going to be our special guest for segment 1 of the next episode for Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe.
Allie, you're just going to line up 2 guests for next week, too? I mean.
Hey, that was my idea, and this has been one of our best episodes. What is said inside a trailer, Allie stays inside the trailer. You're right. That's why I haven't said anything that we talked about.
Wonder what y'all say about me while I'm out walking around the pit area and you're watching me.
Since we have interactive viewers, people that are engaged in our show right now, what should we call next week's show? The
man with the plan?
No, we've been going with one word.
Videographer.
That's dumb. that is not interesting at all.
Well, what do you want to call it?
See, if you only knew what things I've had to Photoshop out of Jesse's laughing.
Background noise there from Jesse.
That's funny.
Wonder if everybody else is laughing over on their end. So what do we call next week's episode?
I don't know.
Oh, yes. I was talking about those earlier, Tiffany. We've got... Let me go through some of the guys that say they're going to run the season.
Jesse, you're funny right now.
Oh, maybe she wasn't laughing at Tara. She was laughing at a videographer.
That is not good.
So, Tiffany, good question. Ricky Green, Stephen Padula, Robert Roberts, Terry Poore, AJ Hicks, Hayden Cardwell, Jordan Hedger. The Sices are 50-50. And Jeremy Steele told me he was running the whole thing last year. He's on the list for opening weekend. He's coming.
He won this past weekend.
So I'm going to keep Jeremy Steele on that list. I haven't confirmed with him since last year, but he is coming this weekend. So you know how it goes. All those guys are committed right now, and hopefully they'll all follow the whole thing, but I'd be surprised if they do. I'd love to have them all with us all year long. Yeah. We've done this for 3 years already, so we know how it works out.
Well, speaking of Jeremy Steele, one of our American All-Star competitors, won at Friendship Motor Speedway this weekend.
Yes. And Dylan Brown's coming, and he finished 3rd after leading the first several laps of the race. He'll be at I-75 with us. It is a really good group. I think Bradley Llewellyn will probably be with us. Bradley usually starts out on a tour too. He commented a few weeks back he was watching with us, so I expect Bradley to start the tour with us this year too.
Sylvan Shooty is starting to tour with us this weekend.
Yep, Sylvan Shooty will be out. Bailey
Shooty.
Cardwell. John Cobb's coming out. Jeff Jackson. Going to be such a good field of cars there, Allie.
Cardwell,
William Blankenship. William Blankenship's coming. William's another one that's planning to start the season out and see how things go. Tyler Price will be with us. Tyler's one of our weekly competitors. So I'm really, really excited to see, who follows the tour. I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to have some good cars there.
Well,
I think
one season. Person that is probably going to be following the tour every race.
Who's that?
You got to guess. 3, 2, 1, go.
Robert Roberts.
That's 1, 2, but not what I was thinking. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ricky Green.
No, not anything that you already said.
Oh, then who?
Hayden Cardwell. He's with.
I said Hayden.
He's with. I didn't hear that, but he's with Rusty Webb, and he's one of the most loyal car owners we have.
Yes, Rusty is very loyal to the series. I appreciate Rusty. Cory talked about, we get mad at each other on Saturday night and then go on. Rusty gets mad at me every Saturday night, and then we're friends again on Monday. So, I love Rusty. Rusty might get mad at me on Friday night and then be my buddy again on Saturday. So, Rusty is a big personality, and I love having Rusty with us in his personality.
He has such a passion for racing, though.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome to have him on the tour with us as a car owner. But like I said, next week we're joined with Ryan Bowling from Dirt to Media. Pretty much he's going to be our videographer for the American All-Star Series this season. And he's giving away 2 yearly subscriptions to Dirt to Media to, what is it, 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th or something.
I think it's 5th and 6th. Yeah.
5th and 6th place in the points at I-75 opening weekend for both nights. So
we sponsor a race car.
Rain Man.
So I figured I'd share that. Only one race car we'll ever sponsor because he doesn't race with us, but he works for us and he's a great kid. So excited to be on the hood of Rain Man's car this year.
Instead of him being a wheel man, he's a rain man.
He's a rain man. Puddin' Rain Man Rains.
Jesse Puddin' Rain Man.
Yes, Jesse Puddin' Rain Man. So given that name by Randy Kinder over the weekend. So that was a pretty good name, and I think I'm going to stick with it for a while.
Sounds good. But,
I told him at Fujiyama's on Friday night that his name was Puddin'. I think I told him. I made friends with one of the chefs. We're friends on Facebook now. And
Ricky Bobby?
No, I have Ricky Bobby's phone number now.
Oh.
So, moving up in the world.
He told me I could call him anytime.
Yeah, but did he give you his number?
No, but he follows me on Instagram and TikTok.
But did he give me his number?
Well, what are you going to name next week?
Videographer.
No. Putting on every single photo I get of his car. That's hilarious.
I love it. He never watches the show anymore. So, Terry, you might need to send that to him in a private message.
Yeah. We could name it. I don't know.
The Mad Scientist.
We already had that.
Oh, yes.
No, we had the Genius.
Yes.
We thought about doing John Ackley.
I don't think Jesse likes Mad Scientist either.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll get back to it because we're kind of low on viewers. So,
owner of the American All-Stars .tv. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. But
Tara's with us still. Tara's not with anywhere tonight.
Oh, sounds great, Tara. That's even a better idea. I like that idea. But join us next week on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 12 of Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe. We'll be joined with Ryan Bowling of Dirt to Media, the pay-per-view for the American All-Star Series, and we're going to have our app.
Also,
it's not yet.
Also, our shirt maker, our check maker,
Trophy maker.
Trophy maker. Though he told me there's a funny story about our trophies. Plaque maker. So I'm not going to share the
He
story
does it quite a
about the
bit for the American All-Star Series.
Yeah.
But he's going to get us an app for all of our pay-per-viewing and on-demand races. American All-Star Series.tv. So that's pretty cool. But we'll be joined with him next week on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Joe, you got anything else before we wrap this sucker up?
I think that's it for tonight, Ellie. Great show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We went back up to around 20 viewers. Appreciate everybody sticking with us tonight. If you just tuned in, go back, catch the beginning of it. Going to be a great show next week. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight.
Yep, it's been an awesome show, and we appreciate all of our fans that we have that join in every week to watch us talk about racing and all of our funny bloopers at the end. But if that's all you have, Joe, that's the dirt for Off the Dirt with Allie and Joe. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.